Hey guys, it is Shane Simmons back in my hometown of Richlands, Virginia, and I'm about to start World War III talking about this building, so brace yourselves. Oh, friends from Richlands, Virginia, I'm fixing to start World War III, and I apologize in advance, but what do you call this place? It is like the Tower of Babel. I have not heard the same name twice, I don't believe. I always called it Ralph's Pool Hall. I know Sportsman's Grill was in there at some point too, and there was a bar and grill, and there was all kinds of different variations, but I do know it was originally started by a man named Ewing Jones, and he started it back 60s, I'm wanting to say. Then he sold it out to Ralph's, which was owned by Ralph Short. Anyway, please correct me in the comments. I'm trying to get this for posterity, but anyhows, all I do know about this place is some of my memories were some of the best hamburgers, and it's where I fell in love with grilled cheese sandwiches. Yes, they made the best. You go in there and that bag would just, the grease would be just soaked all the way through that brown paper bag. But anyway, in the back, they had a pool hall, and you couldn't go back in there if you were a kid. I don't know if that was their rule or a parent rule. Maybe it's just my mom and dad said, you better not go back there. But anyway, there was pool back there, and I remember a pinball machine in the front, and it had a Western theme to it. And if I recall correctly, the Western guy on there would talk to you and kind of taunt you, trying to bait you into playing the game, the pinball game. So anyway, what did you call this place? Ralph's, Sportsman's Grill, Jones Sport? I mean, there's all kinds. I've heard different things. Nobody knows what's what, but I love seeing these old signs. As you can see, they've still got billiards, pinball, and them date back a good ways. And then on the other side here, there's, it says lunch delivery. So I'm not sure if that's went all the way back to when Ralph's was open, or if somebody else tried to open it afterwards and use those, but anyhow, it gives you an idea of what was in there and where it was. Let's just jaywalk our little selves over here and take a closer look. What do you say? Well, fortunately or unfortunately, they have blacked out everything. You can't see anything in here, sadly. But anyways, closer look at those signs at least. So somebody tell me, did it ever become anything else after Ralph? I think it closed probably in the 90s sometimes. I'm just guessing, late 90s. Just wild guess, basically. There could have been the 80s, could have been 2000s, but I don't think so. I'm dying to remember what that cowboy said. It seemed like he'd always taunt me when I was in there. My mom and dad would make me run in there and come back out real quick because, like I said, there's an element there they didn't want me dealing with called these guys back there playing pool, and most of them probably drinking, I guess. I don't know. As you can see, there's pretty good depth to the building, so back in there would have been where, or down here, but would have been where the billiards, pool, whatever you want to call it, was. And there's just a fairly small section up front where you can pick your hood up. So help me settle it once and for all. What is this place? What did you call it?
Well, I made it home. I was sitting here eating Frosted Flakes, just as pretty as you please, when all of a sudden, like manna from heaven, it came to me. The cowboy said, "Stop talking and start chalking." But he did say it with like a kind of an accent, I think. Stop talking and start chalking. Anyway, I'm relieved.